What a monumental day it's been at the Tudor Nazaré Big Wave Challenge. And as we expected, major performances from some huge names from the big wave scene convening here at Nazaré. The swell continued throughout the day. We're looking for the likes of Lucas Shumbo, who's been decorated really with everything that you can win in terms of the glittering prizes he's achieved at this wave down the years. But he didn't have it all his own way today. Clement, great to see him back in action here. And this morning, surfers pushing so hard. Guys like Nick Von Rupp were giving it everything, and you could see how much it meant to him to try and get the win. And guess what? He's gone and done that. An amazing team performance from Nick Cloud. Teaming up with Clement Roseyro has been one of the rising stars of the big wave scene and a multidisciplinarian. Served a bit of notice last time out, 12 months ago. And then getting the biggest score for a male this time around. Clement Roseyro very much announcing himself in this event as we'll get ready for the awards ceremony. And there's no really anywhere else comparable to this scene here on the cliff with the waves that just crash underneath. You can actually feel the vibrations, see the spray come up, the rescues going down right underneath the crowd's noses here. Really is an absolutely magical part of the surf world, and it's been a real pleasure to be back here again, once again, to celebrate the culture and the excitement. And surfers that are here for months on end each winter, dealing with the cold, dealing with the danger factor, putting in the commitment and the training, well, that all pays off. Hard to think of someone really that spent more time committed and dedicated to this place than Nick Von Rupp over the last few seasons. Obviously based here in Portugal anyway, just down the coast in Praia Grande. This is his home, and up here whenever he can. And I think this is going to be a really emotional moment to have a Portuguese winner in terms of the team at this venue. Looking back towards the town beach, and a real contrast in the sort of magnitude of the waves that fill in there, which just really underlines just how magical the bathymetry is here. And a freak of nature that this place is. Really are being treated to something that's pretty rare. See waves of this size and magnitude so consistently. And on top of all that, we just so happen to have this outcropping of rock, which provides the perfect stadium really type atmosphere for fans to come and watch and enjoy it all and really be involved, to be part of the event. You see spectators clapping the rescues, and that's one of the reasons why this place has really just gone down as one of the biggest tourist attractions in Portugal. Back when surfers like Garrett McNamara and Andrew Cotton and the likes, when they were first surfing out here, I don't think many people really heard of Nazaré. It wasn't particularly well known. Now, absolutely one of the places, a must-do, whether you're a surfer or just a tourist over here in Portugal. Coming to Nazaré is very much on the itinerary right now. Skis heading back, motoring back into the harbour. Everyone back safely, which is, of course, the most important thing. Anytime there's a session out here, there is always the element of danger, which is part of the reason why it is so exciting. Great to see everyone getting back in there fine, and we're approaching that award ceremony. I think it's going to be a lot of energy from the crowd here as well. Just really enjoying the fact that Nick Von Rupp, with his mate Clement Roseyro, the Europeans representing. Carlos, what a day, mate.
What a day, Paul. Amazing. We did it again, huh? The surfer was good. You know, I really like the way the new generation approached the waves. And the results, I think, was fair. I was talking to João just now, you know. I didn't agree with some scores, but the result was fair.
We've already talked about this, and, you know, every year we come into this event, we look at names like Clement, Lucas Chianca, and we've generally thought, okay, there's a lot of talent in the field, but they have kind of been in a league of their own. They brought new lines completely, stuff that no one else is doing, the way they've attacked. And I think, well, obviously, with the result that we've seen here, but just overall from the points of everyone, it feels like everyone else is elevated here, João.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's beautiful to see. That's what makes the sport progress. And, you know, back in the day in surfing, you know, airs were unheard of. And then, you know, that was that whole revolution that, you know, Kelly's generation brought. And big wave surfing, it's, you know, it's kind of really similar in that sense. And Kai and Lucas really brought this completely different approach to big wave surfing and just this attack mode, you know, and not, like we were saying, not so much surviving. Obviously these sizes, but you know, then the fact that guys like Clement are watching, you know, and studying it and then just coming up and then bang, you know, they're able to, you know, really skyrocket to the top. Guys like Ben Larg, you know, so again, what Carlos is saying, this is what is so important for something that requires so much experience, but big wave surfing really needs also the youth movement. You know, it needs that different approach, like different lines, and just something that makes it, you know, continually evolving. And it's great. We just witnessed that right here, right now.
Let's check out some vision of our men's winners, Clement Roseyro and Nick Van Rupp, victorious here at Nazaré on a day which promised much, really, in terms of the forecast of what was going to go down a couple of days out. You never really know what you're going to get until the day, but we saw some great performances from these guys.
Really cool.
Snap has been really impressive. I mean, they didn't have the lead for all of the day, though. Nick and Clement did have that lead there for a hot little minute, but yeah.
You see the game face on there, Nicolau. You see how serious he is, the preparations, everything dialed in. These two, and they're not here to make up the numbers. I mean, it's obvious, really, but they were here for the win.
Huge, yeah. Look at Clement just waiting, kind of like, then you don't really see it, and then suddenly goes into that massive slash, so deep, backs it up.
And I really love the way that he deals with the bumps, you know. It feels like he's just going over the bumps.
Yeah.
I mean, that was early on this morning, right? And the waves weren't the biggest then, but just the approach that they were showing, the attacking lines, the aggression, the management of the speed and the control, all of those elements that really set them up, built that platform for that second heat that they surfed when they actually did the damage with the scores.
Yeah, what steps out of this team, it's the way they are approaching the wave today was kind of unique, you know, with some really new way of surfing big wave, radical and very smooth too, very consistent. And even Nick, that didn't have the best day of his life, was pushing really hard, was able to put together some scores too.
I think this risk element is what's really cool, and you see that line and you see a lip that is just so menacing and that you still have, you know, that attitude, yeah, just go and try to attack it. And Nick, you know, he didn't make some of the turns and you could see he was a little bit bummed, but he was already evolving his attack, and you know, and just that is already a big shift. And I think, yeah, we just witnessed like a big jump, and that's really cool. That's really cool.
Well, on their way back in, our winning team, Nick and Clement, caught up with AJ McCord.
Thanks so much, Paul. Nick, Clement, incredible performance so far today. What did it take for you two to get to the top of the leaderboard?
A lot of training with Clement here. Last year we almost won. We should have won. The judges admitted they didn't see my last wave. So, I mean, this year we came back, even more training. We've been training all season long. Clement's been absolutely ripping. I've been getting a couple waves as well, and it's been a long season. We're just stoked that, you know, Clement was really able to get 2 7s. I got a 6 on my first heat, and we're on, you know, in the leaderboard. That's what we want.
And you're not just on the leaderboard as a team, but you're the 1-2 punch in terms of the men. Clement, how much does that speak to the strength of you two together?
Yeah, it's nice. We have a nice team, I think, together. You have the experience. I'm more young and a bit more crazy sometimes. But yeah, I think we do a good team together, and we got some pretty nice wave. I'm super happy to be on the leaderboards with Nick and Jivedel, I think, as well. Let's see what Lucas and Chumbo's gonna, Scooby and Chumbo gonna do. Last year they beat us kind of last minute. So we hope it's not gonna happen again.
Congratulations, great show today.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Great interview, huh?
Great interview. They were already feeling it, weren't they? Yeah. But it was on edge until the end. It was really on edge until the end.
And I like the way they're seeing it, you know. It's a rivalry that is a lot of energy. They're motivating them, yeah.
Switching over to think about our best female performance. And we talk about experience and how important that is here And really, there is no substitute for it in terms of getting the read on the wave. And you think of surfers like
Fred and
Justine Dupont with her partner, Fred David. And Justine so dialed into this wave. The amount of time she's been spending here for several years now, and that commitment pays off big time.
She's living here.
Yeah, full time.
Full time.
I think Junior was born here, right?
Elias.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
But yeah, what a story. I mean, Fred and her, they moved here. Again, this full commitment to the break, to the wave. And yeah, it you know, her talent in small waves, longboarding, and you can just see like just the lines that she's going for.
She's all around.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, always I have to highlight that. She's stoked all the time, you know. She's always happy.
Yeah.
And that makes a huge difference, you know.
That was such a
beautiful hook under the lip, you know, with a lot of spray and committed to the short break. Look at that. And made her out of that. Unbelievable.
That was cool. That was really awesome.
All right, time to go down to our awards presentation with Chris Cote.
Surf world proud. And with that, it is time. So to help us award the trophies as well, we have President of WSL Europe, Francisco Spinola, and Manuel Sequeira, the Mayor of Nazaré. We have seen some incredible performances over the year. And this wave truly is a monster. And one woman has come to this wave and tamed this beast time and time again. Your winner for the Tudor Nazaré Big Wave Challenge Best Women's Performance. Give it up for Justine Dupont. Let's get the whole team up here. Justine, an incredible performance yet again. You're unstoppable here at Nazaré, and I can see you are one of the greatest mothers to ever surf this wave. That's an easy one to say. Justine, tell us about your challenge today. Tell us what it feels like to be one of the most dominant surfers in the history of this event.
I think it's just because I have a good surrounding. So I just gonna thank so much my team, thanks so much Eric, because you can say we should have a prize for the best driver in Nazaré for all time. It's Eric, he's the best driver for all the time. The crazy swell as well, all the time there, all the time putting the time in the water. So yeah, thanks so much Eric. I have a lot to say. Thanks Pedro to be there. Thanks a lot to my love. Thanks to André, because his wife is pregnant. She was about to give birth yesterday. In fact, she postponed for tomorrow. Like this, André could do the safety for us since the beginning, since our first day here. So thanks so much. And thanks Jessica to let him go under the cliff. And yeah, thanks so much to the family that take care of our little one when we are in the water. So thanks a lot, family Machado. Thanks to you. And yeah, well done, Clement. It's really sick to see these young kids coming up, and it's a bright future for him. He's pushing the level of big wave surfing. He's French, so it's a proud. And yeah, well done, Clement. And he's making the thing a bit harder for Chumbo, Lucas Chumbo, but he's such an inspiring surfer. Lucas is amazing. So well done, Lucas, for your amazing recovery. And yeah, it was hard because he broke his ankle with me in Mavericks 1 month and a half, something like that ago. And he came back to Nazaré to surf and to try to fight against Clement, and Clement got the best of it. So yeah, thanks everybody. So that is, sorry, I was speaking for. And thanks so much the water safety. Thanks so much to all of you guys to come here and to make the noise on the cliff. You make it special. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado, Eric.
One of the greatest to ever do it, Justine Dupont, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and Justine won now, so you guys can have your baby. Give it up one more time. Parabéns. Teamwork makes the dream work. Congratulations, Justine Dupont. All right. So the Tudor Nazaré Big Wave Challenge Best Men's Performance winner had to go out there and battle some of the best big wave surfers on the planet. So after nearly 2 hours in the water, challenging conditions, I want to hear a huge Nazaré round of applause representing France. Give it up for Clement Roseyro! Clement, you went up against some of the biggest names in this sport, and now your name is right there with them among the elite. What's it feel like to get a victory here at this incredible wave?
Yeah, I still can't believe it. Last year we finished second with Nick. I finished second individual. It was such a big dream. I watched from just there, the podium, and now I'm on top of the podium. Chumbo is pushing me a lot. I have Nick pushing me as well. We trained super hard all the season. Lucas was not here for 1.5 months. He was not training, he was injured. So he was there today on the water pushing hard, and we were like super scared that he will get the lead. I'm super happy. I can't wait to be here next year and try to give my best on the water, and that everyone's will be at 100%. And I'm super proud to be here today.
Well, I know you have a big team behind you, but your performance out there will now be considered legendary. One more time, give it up for Clement Roseyro. And now we've been talking about teamwork all day long. Not just the team of surfers in the water, but the team of spotters behind us, the safety team, the team that put together this entire competition. It takes a village to put on an event of this magnitude. But at the end of the day, it's all about the team that's in the water. Your best team performance winners for the Tudor Nazaré Challenge represented right here by Clement Roseyro and by Portugal's Nick van Rupp. Your team champions. Raise that flag high, Nick. So Nick, you put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort out here, as does your team. Why don't you go down the line and tell us what it means to you to be standing on this stage with these champions?
It's been blood, sweat, and tears for 10 years, 15 years. Nazaré is such an important place for us. This season, we put it all on the line. We're here in the water, whether it's 6 foot, 100 foot, onshore, offshore. 2 weeks ago, we had one of the biggest swells ever, and we're out there. We're the first ones. And I want to thank all these guys right here. This means a lot to us because, you know, we created Mountains of the Sea exactly for this, to push the levels. And we pushed the levels 2 weeks ago when it was really big. We pushed the levels, winning the event as well. And I want to thank Clement for being such an incredible surfer and, you know, getting better driving. Tocardoso, Caio, and all the rest of the team that's supporting for us to make this possible. So, and this is also for Portugal. Vamos com tudo! Todos os portugueses que têm tentado aqui apoiar a Nazaré, desde o Dino, o Pitbull, o Lino, Walter. Isto aqui é por Portugal. Vamos com tudo, pessoal. Vamos com tudo.
Give it up for the team champions. These are some photos that are going to be shown on front pages all over Europe, all over the world. So get them now. Your team champions for the 2025 Tudor Nazaré Big Wave Challenge. I want to say congratulations to all of our competitors and thank you to our safety teams for keeping watch on these athletes.
Let's go!
And now, it's time. It's time to celebrate big wave surfing. It's time to celebrate this beautiful city of Nazaré. Let's hear it one more time for all of our athletes, for our winning team, for Justine Dupont, for Clement Roseyro. Another epic event in the books.
Guys, the bottles.
Thanks, Chris. Emotional scenes. Nick von Rupp absolutely delighted to represent Portugal. And the best team really embodying what it means to surf successfully and safely, crucially, out here at Nazaré. As we see a demonstration of the inflation. Von Rupp inflated on the stage. Best place to be inflated. And instead of seawater going in your face, a Maestrella Galicia straight out of the bottle. Love this stuff here. Great energy. What a fun day of competition that we've had.
Amazing. So, so cool. Yeah, Nick really, I mean, blood, sweat, and tears. He really put it all together. And to honor with the victory for his project, the Mountains of the Sea, and, you know, like all of his sponsors. And he really, you know, puts it all on the line. And this is a great testament. Yeah, it was a key fight, and Lucas, I mean, amazing that after coming back from an injury and pushing it on a really hard day, so bouncy, stretching his injury like through and through. Laura, obviously, also, you know, a rookie coming in so strong. Ben, third, amazing.
Great day for Europe. Great day for France, taking out both men's and women's individual performance. Clement, Roseyro, and Justine Dupont. Let's dive into those men's scoreboard and just see exactly what Clement was able to do in terms of his numbers, and someone that really was able to rise to the challenge that's been set, really, and that bar's been set really high by Lucas Chianca. Just a reminder again, Lucas Chianca has won this event every time it's ran. He's been unbelievable here. He won it paddling. He's won towing, best team. He's been absolutely incredible out here. Big story as well. Ben Log, first time ever in the event, third place. That's huge.
Massive, massive. Yeah, just first chance he got, and he immediately shows that youthful line, you know, again, what we were talking about here, and just really honoring that place, this opportunity that Garrett gave him, you know, and he grabbed it. He grabbed it with all he got, and yeah, so, you know, these guys are really a lot of grit, a lot of energy. Yeah, and just honoring this massive wave, isn't it?
You know, I really like the testimony, you know, the speech. They were very true. You know, everything that I see behind the scene, you know, everybody was saying face to face to the cameras, and no mask at all. You know, this is what we live for real, you know, like, you know, it's the big wave story been building here and been reading here at Nazaré. And we are just witnessing the future of the sport.
Yeah.
Overall performances that we saw today as well. We know we talk about competition generally, like elevates the level as well in big waves. It's something a little bit different, but we saw again how this format really just allows everyone to go out there and really shine and push their limits.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, you know, I think if there's too many teams in the water, you know, I think so that's been an adaptation. And I think the rules and the formats are always evolving so that it's all about the high performance, right? So that what it really does boil down to is that it doesn't get too tactical. So, I mean, I think all across the board in all sports, you know, it's like watching a football match. You know, if you see guys playing for the tie or getting too tactical, it gets boring. It's not a show. Mm-hmm. It's not like, it's not all on the line, you know? And so this is, the format has to kind of follow that, you know? And then the surfers, obviously, they're going to do their thing. They're going to be competitive. They're going to learn the rules, read about them, know that it's 45 minutes. No, it's not an hour and a half, you know? They have to adapt to that. But the bottom essence of it is really to put on a show. And I think, yeah, when all those elements come together like it did today, it's really cool how, you know, overcome the conditions and rip.
Let's check out the women's leaderboard now. And of course, one of the other things unique about this event, having both the men and the women out in the same lineup, in the same conditions. And Justine Dupont, really, she's been unbelievable at this event throughout. It was cool to see Laura Crane get involved. Unfortunately, she did get hurt early on, but I think a very bright future for her. Michelle Bouillon as well, as ever, as you might expect. Great surfing from her. The win here still eludes her. She just seems to be getting better and better every time, though. And then the teamwork. We talk about how important that is, being crucial. And there we go, Von Rupp, Roseyro. Not a lot in it, you know, a couple of points, really. There's something maybe of a surprise in general. If you look at the form, the winners from last time out, Chianca and Scooby. But in that third place position, that classic blend of youth and experience, both of you guys have been mentors here and you've brought on that next generation. How cool is it to see Cotti and young Ben Lahr getting involved?
Oh, amazing, amazing.
Right.
You know, being able to teach someone for a long time and seeing how that guy, it's getting better and better and more mature and be able to perform in big waves. And one day you teaming up with him and you end up giving a show. This is one of the outlines of the event for sure. You know, Ben and Cotti finishing up at the top of the rankings and just performance at, top 5,
Let's dive
cool
into
feeling,
our top 5 moments from the day. Quite a lot to pick through, obviously. Every wave that breaks really is pretty significant, but we've dialed into it. Ooh, wipeouts. That's going to happen anytime you get a big wave event. Luckily today, no one really
Poor
seriously
Nick,
hurt. But
he's got 3 in a row here. Gosh, he was charging, he was just going for it.
He managed to get back, huh?
He totally bounced back, and I think the backup, he had a key backup. There goes Lucas, captain.
Different face from the second heat, huh?
Wow, that carve,
That's his best wave, huh?
Yeah, that one looked like, that's the beauty of it. It could have gone either way, and these lines, look how hard he is on that bottom turn, how long he stays on that rail. It's incredible. He really is he brought the future of big wave surfing. And it's great that he made it, that he did, obviously so fresh from his injury. So, I mean, again.
I was going to say that, João Macedo. You know, it would be very easy for him just to step back and say, no, I don't want to compete, I'm not feeling 100%. But instead of doing that, that's the thing about him. Yeah. He wants to be partner with Scooby, and say, hey, Scooby, I'm going to be there with you. I'm going to do my best to be back. And he's here, and he did his best. And he didn't sell it cheap, No.
He rolled to the end and absolutely.
Yeah. Good job for them. But this guy, Clement, he was all over today. It was his day.
Yeah, that was his day. He really shined.
And nice kid too, huh?
Yeah,
I really like
super nice guy.
Very good attitude too,
Really, really cool. And he's just stoked. I think it's that same stoke of when you get that opportunity. Here's Justine.
And that's the queen of big wave, huh?
Yeah.
She's the best.
With the baby on stage as well. How great was that moment?
Amazing.
Yeah, she really had a wonderful day.
Look at that turn. Oh my God.
Yeah, this way was something else. She went for that inside kind of like carve.
Two turns.
Yeah.
Like right on the hook, and made it out of the phone.
Yeah. Here are the boys,
Our top moment, the team performance. Unbelievable scenes here as we saw Clement and Nick. That chemistry that you do need to have that. It's not two individuals just surfing together in the same bracket. It really is about clicking, personality. You guys talked about it during the live call as well. There's a lot of things that need to work there to get that magic.
And last minute decisions, is it 25 minutes, did you catch a good one? I can do better, but still passing the chance to another. A lot of things like really in live action, like every single decision, every single pickup, is kind of like can frustrate you and you want to blame your partner if you miss something, so many things at stake, and to keep that positivity all the way through. I think it's what Carlos saying. It's the things that big wave surfing can contribute to the world at large. And hopefully I can just put in one last little kind of plug to Hope Zones Foundation, this organization that is focused here in Nazaré, and that we're, putting all our energy to planting a seaweed farm just a little bit south here of the harbor and honoring, just the nature side of things. And I think that's what, it's so cool that, it is surfing. It has this beautiful side of being connected to nature. But yeah, we're really trying to get as many people behind us. Nick's an ambassador, so I was really stoked personally. But everyone's behind us. Justine, everyone that shows up to the cleanups and stuff that we do in the harbor. And yeah, check us out at hopezones.org. It'll be great, any support. And just the good vibes goes a long way.
More power to you for doing that, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure having a couple of legends alongside you here, sharing your thoughts and your insights on big wave surfing. It's been really, really cool. Thank you so much for that. We're going to send you out with some highlights. Don't forget, March 15th, Portugal seems like the place to be. We'll be back here for the CT in Peniche. Can't wait for that. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
Copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.